Okay, this is football director for the Spectrum. This game was probably the chief rival to Football Manager that came out in 1982. This came out in 1986, so it's 4 years after Football Manager. I'm not too sure what came out in between, but there probably was a few games that did come out in between. But anyway, this is Football Director, so I've played it a few times before, but I haven't really given it a good enough run through. So here we go. As you can see, we've got all the major English teams again. I can get more if I press M, but there's not really much point. How many points? Well, this is a bit stupid, isn't it? How many points do we want for a win? 2 or 3? Well, obviously I'm going to choose 3. Who's ever going to choose 2? Pointless addition, that is. Yeah, all the teams again. So I'm going to go for Charlton, the Addicts. I'd already made my mind up, you see, beforehand. So there you go. Start the tape. Lucky for us, we ain't got a tape to worry about. Many hours I've sat in front of this tape loading session. It's quite slow, this. Obviously, for a 48k machine, it's gonna, processing a lot of information. Even though the database of this game probably consists of about 15 players max. So all we can do is wait. But in this modern age, we can speed things up a little bit. So we'll do that. We'll just speed it up to get to the. There you go. So it took a while, but we got there in the end. As you can see, we've got a lot more options in Football Manager. So that's obviously an improvement already. We can play match, check match, squad, transfer market, other options, injuries, goals, bank leagues and fixtures. So let's have a look at what check match means. It just means we can check our team that we're playing and a comparison, and we get formations this time, which is good. We actually got formations added into the game. LMTG 38. I'm assuming that means league matches to go. We're bottom of the league already, league position 20, and Wolves are top of the league, which is a bit odd there. Normally goes in alphabetical order, but there you go. Our goalkeeper's better, and they seem to be better all round elsewhere. So doesn't look very good in an up-and-coming game against them. The squad, never heard of any of these. If these are real people, real players, you can only guess at who some of them are. But at least we've got a goalkeeper in this game, and we've got a sub. So there's an extra things, but there's a lot more options you can see here. Like change field, menu, sell, edit. So there's a lot more going at this game. A bit deeper than Football Manager. But then again, it's 4 years later, so they've had time to look at it and think, oh, we could do better than that. Here's a transfer market. Not heard of any of these players, but we don't need anybody right now. We haven't played. Other options, we've got some more options here. We've got a few more. Ground improvements, employees, shares, insurance, postponements, levels, directors. Postponements is an interesting addition here. Postponements. There's nothing there. There you go. But yeah, the actual depth for this game is quite impressive. Shares, we can buy shares. So not really, great additions. I don't really care about shares or anything like that. So injuries, goals. I'm assuming it's just how many goals our players have scored. So we get a little bit more information about our players this time and how many games they've played and how many goals they've scored, which is good. League, we actually get to look at the league table. So rather than looking at it after every game, we can look at it anytime we like. Division 4 again. So like most of the Spectrum Manager football management games, developers had this obsession of just whacking you in the lowest league possible. They wanted you to work, make your way up, rather than playing the top league, which is what everybody wanted. They didn't want to start in Division 4 all the time. But then again, I suppose it adds a bit of challenge to the game, doesn't it? So there you go. There's our fixtures of the season. There's no dates about when the game's been played, just one after the other, as you can see. All right. Well, after looking at all that, let's give a game a go. There you go. It's not like Football Manager. There's no highlights. It's just this. This is all it is. Just the time, and so it's pretty dull. The actual match itself is a bit of an anticlimax to the game, really, isn't it? So there's not much to go on, really. It's just this boring fucking representation of the game, and it looks like it's a boring match too because there's no goals scored. Oh, that time was stopped there for some strange reason. No goals scored, so pretty boring match, if you ask me. not really bothered about this. I'd rather just have the result. I mean, there's no point sitting through that every fucking minute. But there you go. We've drawn 0-0 already away. So home, should I say? So first game of the season, and it's a draw to Wolves. So there's other results. I'm assuming that are coming in. Tranmere 3, Preston 0, Lincoln City 5, Rochdale 0, Leyton Orient 5. There's big results there. Look, 5-0, 3-1, 1, 2-1. That's the first away win today. 1-0 for Crewe, South and Aldershot 0, Wrexham 5. So we've got 3-5-0 results on the first day of the season. That's quite big results. 5-0. So there you go. It just shows you the computer's processing random results here, and he's come out with 5-0 3 times. So yeah, that's interesting if you ask me. Let's speed this up because this is boring waiting for this fucking thing to. That looks like that's all there is to the game, really. It's very basic, but it's a little bit more in depth than Football Manager. So there you go. Wage bill, gate money. We're making a minus in profit. So like the other game, we're probably going to go pretty bankrupt pretty soon, unless we can be bothered. Unless I can be bothered to manage my finances, which I can't. So we'll just skip all that crap. Should we play another game? Let's have a look at the old league. So with that 0-0 result, that will probably leave us somewhere near the bottom. We're middle of this table, 13th. So we've got a point. Wolves 8th. So yeah, well, obviously better than being on bottom like we were before the game started. So overall, not a bad game. A pretty good Spectrum game, Football Manager game. I mean, I probably would have been pretty pleased with this if I'd been playing it back in the day. I would have enjoyed it a lot more than Football Manager because there's just a lot more to it, rather than sitting here watching with nothing in the game, like a limited detail you got in the other game. This game, at least, is just you can look at a lot more information. I mean, I don't know if you can change your formation here, but it doesn't look like you can. I mean, you can change the level there. Employees. I don't know what employees means. Yeah. It's just staff. I mean, it's got staff in it as well. I mean, that's like a bonus as well. Improve the ground. Well, there's no really point improving the ground because we can't exactly draw in big gates. We'll have one more go. See if we can get a goal scored for any team because I don't care who scores really. Rather than this 0-0 boring results coming on. Still going on 0-0 boring results. Come on, guys, let's get a goal. Come on, Charlton, score a goal. Come on. 0-0 again. See, the 4-3-3 tactic I'm using is obviously not working because we're not getting no goals. Fuck knows what we're doing on the pitch. We're standing around for all I know. Yep, another exciting game at the. Well, this isn't at the Valley; it's away. So Swansea City, whatever stadium Swansea City play at. But exciting game, 0-0. Second game in a row. Charlton without a score, but at least they don't concede. So, it's not all bad, is it? Tranmere 4, look, big result for Tranmere there. 3-3 draw. Preston 3, Lorient 1, Rochdale 3. Big scoring games we got today. 0-0 at Cambridge. So I don't know if there's going to be 5-0 victories again. No, doesn't look like it. 4, but big result for Wrexham there. 4-3, Burnley 2. This computer loves big results, So and especially 2 big away results as well. Away wins, Tranmere and Wrexham. I mean, Wolves, couldn't score against us in the last game. Let in fucking 4 Tranmere, and that was at home. So there you go. It's just interesting how the computer randomises things, I suppose. Yeah. Wait there for this stuff. Continue. Okay. Yeah, we're making an even bigger profit. So I'm pretty much done here with this. So because I'm probably going to get sacked in a minute anyway. So there you go. Football Director for the Spectrum, 48k, released in 1986. Not a bad little game. Check it out if you want. Otherwise, just totally fucking avoid it. Don't worry about it. There's plenty more on this. There's plenty more to come. That's for sure.